This video is sponsored by RKDF University, Radisson Blue.
Good morning, I'm Vidusha Agarwal and you're watching News Flash. Today is 28th of March and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. Indian Foreign Service IFS officer Dinkar Asthana from the 1990 batch has been appointed as India's future High Commissioner to the Gambia in addition to his role as ambassador to Senegal, announced the Ministry of External Affairs. A UN investigation revealed that prior to the 2017 crackdown against the Rohingya minority in Myanmar, dozens of seemingly unrelated Facebook sites were utilized by the country's military to spread hate speech. This comes as Facebook has faced accusations of significant amounts of hate speech against the Rohingyas before hundreds of thousands were forced into neighboring Bangladesh during the crackdown. IAF Air Chief Marshal VR Chaudhary emphasized that actions like Balakot have showcased the successful deployment of aerospace power beyond enemy lines in situation of no war, no peace without escalating into full-scale confrontation. Chaudhary made these remarks during his inaugural speech at the 15th Jumbo Majumdar International Seminar in New Delhi. Israeli military stated that international pressure on Palestinian organization Hamas to release the remaining prisoners is necessary due to an Israeli woman's first-hand testimony of sexual assault while in captivity in Gaza. Early in March, the UN reported that there were reasonable grounds to believe that Hamas had committed rapes and that hostages carried to Gaza had also been raped. Sri Lankan Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena announced that China has pledged to assist in constructing essential infrastructure in the island nation and support in restructuring its external debt. This commitment came after discussions with Gunwawardena's Chinese counterpart during his ongoing 6-day visit to Beijing. Pakistan intensified security measures to protect Chinese engineers working on projects in the country's northwest following the deaths of workers from its Kialai, China. This action was taken after 5 Chinese workers were killed in a suicide bombing in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa while traveling between Islamabad and a hydroelectric dam construction site in Dasu. ISIS claimed responsibility for a deadly attack in a Moscow concert hall, resulting in at least 139 casualties. Meanwhile, Russian President Putin suggests Ukrainian involvement, despite Kyiv's denial and lack of evidence. Chinese President Xi Jinping met with American business leaders at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing on Wednesday. This meeting is aimed at reassuring foreign investors and multinational companies concerned about the impact of new regulations. UK faces a looming job crisis as employers increasingly consider adopting artificial intelligence for their businesses. The Institute of Public Policy Research has issued a stark warning, estimating that up to 8 million workers in the UK could lose their jobs due to AI if current government policies governing AI and employment remain unchanged. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met with Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and lauded his vision for enhancing ties between India and Malaysia. Jaishankar also conveyed warm regards from Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the meeting. The Secretary General of the Commonwealth announced that main topics of discussion at the upcoming summit in October to be held in the Pacific island of Samoa will focus on climate change and efforts to remain abreast of advancements in artificial intelligence. NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory, a pivotal asset in astronomical research for over 2 decades, is at risk of being sacrificed due to proposed budget constraints, according to reports by Space.com. Scott Swift, affectionately known as Papa Swift, among fans of singing sensation Taylor Swift, has been cleared of all assault charges, confirmed by the Australian police. Scott was accused of assaulting photographer Ben McDonald following the conclusion of the singer's Eras tour in Sydney. A Delta Airlines flight from Salt Lake City to Amsterdam experienced a mid-air emergency over the weekend when a panel behind One of the two engines on an Airbus A330neo jetliner detached itself during kickoff. The aircraft, which had crossed into the Montana North Dakota boundary, was compelled to return to Salt Lake City. The Federal Investigation Agency of Pakistan has confirmed that personal data of over 2 million Pakistanis was compromised after being leaked from the National Database and Registration Authority database. In a historic move, Saudi Arabia is set to participate in the Miss Universe pageant for the first time this year. The announcement was made by beauty pageant veteran Rumi Al-Khatani on her Instagram account 2 days ago. Now, Al-Khatani will be the kingdom's first candidate to compete in the global competition. It's time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
ये सब आपके रिश्तेदार हैं?
बिजनेस पार्टनर है जी। ये दीदी बंगाल में बिजनेस संभालती हैं, वो चाचा बिहार में, ये यूपी में, ये मुंबई में और ये चेन्नई में, और इन्होंने हाल ही में खोली है दुकान दिल्ली में। पूरे देश में बिजनेस फैला है जी, सब कमाते हैं और मेरी बात तो खाते हैं।
ये इंडियन चीज है, चाइनीज नहीं।
दूल्हे तो आप ही हो ना?
और कौन होगा जी? देखिए, दादी का दिया हुआ सब कुछ है, सरनेम है, दौलत है, शोहरत है, इज्जत है, मतलब मिल जाएगी शादी के बाद जी।
हेलो, दूल्हा कौन होगा ये डिसाइड नहीं हुआ है अब तक। दूल्हा हम बनेंगे, इज्जत की कोई कमी नहीं है।
ए भाई, तुम तो रहने ही दो, हमारी दुकान इनसे काफी बड़ी है। दूल्हा तो हम ही बनेंगे, है ना पापा? पापा, पापा।
सब बुर्बक, इसको तो हम बिहार में दूल्हा बना देंगे, लेकिन यहाँ पे दूल्हा हम ही बनेंगे।
ओ काका, सारी शादियाँ क्या आपके ही घर में होगी क्या? और हम क्या यहाँ यूं ही दुकान खोल के बैठे हैं क्या?
ओ भाई, पिछली बार भी किसी दूसरे की बारात में दूल्हा बन गए थे आप। इस बार आपकी दुकान भी आपके नाम से नहीं है।
अरे रुको 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 रुको, इसके बारे में हम बाद में बात करेंगे।
ओ दादा, दूल्हा तो इनके मैनेजर ही बनेगी।
हाँ, दूल्हा तो छोटे बाबा ही बनेंगे।
क्या? It's absolutely right.
One second, why not me?
वही बोल रहा हूँ, हम क्यों नहीं बन सकते?
ये दूल्हा नहीं, दूल्हा हम बनेंगे।
आणि माझं काय? मैं बनूंगा दूल्हा।
अरे दूल्हा मैं बनूंगा।
घर का टेंशन मत लो अंकल, शादी के बाद तो घर हमारा ही होगा ना।
आपको लगता है ये अपने बीच दूल्हा चुन सकते हैं? तो प्रधानमंत्री कैसे चुनेंगे? खानदानी लुटेरों की कोशिश होगी बेकार, अब की बार 400 पार।
शिक्षा देश का गौरव है और आरकेडीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी शिक्षा का उद्यम है। आरकेडीएफ में सवारे अपना भविष्य। पीएचडी, एमफिल करें अपने पसंदीदा विषय में। सर्टिफिकेट डिप्लोमा के 74 कोर्सेज। आरकेडीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी।
Due to the risk of another collapse, most rescue efforts at the gold mine in Russia's Far East, where 13 miners have been trapped since March 18, has been postponed. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI and once esteemed in Silicon Valley, is now encountering scrutiny and criticism from segments of tech and finance communities, particularly venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. Climate activist Sonam Wangchuk announced that the campaign for Ladakh's statehood will escalate with a border march planned for April 7 in the eastern part of the Union Territory. The march aims to highlight the ground reality, including the alleged Chinese incursion. Aarti Hamal, the 36-year-old daughter of the mayor in Nepal who had gone missing in Goa, was found safe after 2 days, confirmed by her father, Gopal Hamal. A follower of Osho meditation, Aarti had been untraceable since Monday night. She had been residing in Goa for the past few months. Election Commission of India issues show cause notices to BJP MP Dilip Ghosh and Congress leader Supriya Shinath for their derogatory remarks against West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee and BJP's Lok Sabha candidate Kangana Ranaut respectively. The Congress party unveiled its 8th list comprising 14 candidates for the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections. The list encompasses parliamentary constituencies from Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh scheduled to go to polls beginning April 19. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar stated that achieving normalcy in bilateral ties with China will require adherence to traditional troop deployment practices. He emphasized that this would serve as a prerequisite for the relationship to progress positively with Beijing going forward. A Gujarat court convicted former Indian Police Service officer Sanjeev Bhatt on Wednesday for falsely implicating a Rajasthan-based lawyer in a drugs case during his tenure as District Superintendent of Police of Banaskantha in 1996. Following Sunita Kejriwal's announcement on Wednesday about her husband, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, planning to reveal details of an alleged liquor scam in court today, BJP's Shazia Ilmi questioned why Kejriwal had not disclosed this information earlier. According to Rauter's report, citing sources familiar with the matter, India plans to allocate nearly $3.7 billion to fence its 1,610-kilometer porous border with Myanmar over a period of about 10 years. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath recalled the popular Holi song Holi Khile Raghuvira, emphasizing that voters ensured after 500 years, Ram Lalla finally celebrated Holi in his Awadh, alluding to the birthplace of Ram Lalla's in Ayodhya. In a stunning display, Sunrisers Hyderabad shattered a long-standing record in the IPL T20 tournament. They posted a colossal total of 277 for 3 wickets in 20 overs against Mumbai Indians, surpassing the previous record of 263 for 5 set by Royal Challengers Bangalore against Pune Warriors in 2013. An Indigo and an Air India Express aircraft narrowly avoided a collision on the runway in Kolkata, preventing a potential disaster for hundreds of passengers. The incident resulted in a broken wingtip of the Air India Express aircraft bound for Chennai falling on the runway. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Ritam.